It's season 2 of Ag and Culture, and of course we are talking culture. Tune in for great guests and conversation, breaking down all things agriculture. Watch us on our YouTube channel, MS Footprint Farms, and on Facebook at Footprint Farms, every Tuesday, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, and 7 a.m. on the West. Proudly sponsored by Heifer USA.
Good morning and welcome to our show, Ag and Culture. I'm your host, LeGrand Elliott, and my co-host is Dr. Cindy Ayers Elliott. Our show explores all things agriculture, but more specifically, how it impacts communities, farmers, and ranchers of color. And of course, we're talking culture, food, wine, health, education, politics, and so much more. Our goal is to be very interactive, so we definitely want to hear from you, our subscribers. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Instagram at Footprint Farms, Facebook at Footprint Farms, our website, footprintfarmsms.com, or call us 601-910-5534 locally at the farm. And we also want you to please support our proud sponsor, Heifer International USA. For over 75 years, Heifer International USA has been partnering with communities and other organizations to support local farmers and to build and grow sustainable businesses. I'd like to welcome this morning's guest, Dr. Juanita Sims Doty of the S2-E5 Foundation. Dr. Doty, welcome to the show.
Thank you, LeGrand. Thank you so much. It's so wonderful being here with you and Dr. Cindy. This is great.
We're so glad that you joined us today, taking time out of your busy schedule. And please, we're so excited and elated to hear more about JSD. What does that stand for, and what does the organization stand for?
Okay, great. I'd love to tell you about
please do.
Juanita Sims Doty Foundation, JSD, Juanita Sims Doty Foundation. And Dr. Carla McCullough is the executive director. Dr. McCullough has been with the organization since its founding. In fact, we co-founded it together, isn't it?
It's great.
Wonderful.
It's almost like what we're doing right here.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, they've been doing it for a long time. So we're going to learn a lot, and we're going to be excited about listening and being able to help implement a lot from this program.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Oh,
Yes.
It's my pleasure. And to be here with both of you are stars in my book. And of course, Cindy Ayers Elliott, known all over the world, Footprint Farms. I love it. And I'm certainly happy that our foundation has found a way to collaborate with you.
Absolutely.
And we're
Power.
looking forward to doing a lot more. But our foundation started in 2010. And then in 2012, we started our mentoring program. And we're known a lot for mentoring young people. And generally, it's middle school boys and girls. We started out mentoring young males in 6th grade. Dr. Carla McCullough, well, both of us have an intense love for our youth.
Yes.
And that's what we wanted to focus on. And in 2012, we started the mentoring program. We knew that bringing organizations together to collaborate. We have 20 organizations, the fraternities, sororities, the 100 Black Men, the Links, National Council of Negro Women, and many, many more. And we're going to have to call them all because I'm going to get in trouble if I don't.
Yeah, definitely get in
But
trouble.
we brought these 20 organizations together to say, let's see what we can do collectively to make a major impact in the community. Just like you're doing with all of your partnerships, we can make a major impact. And we all agreed that we wanted to impact our young people.
Definitely.
So for 10 years, a decade of
A
service,
decade already.
we've been mentoring over 1,200 boys and girls. We started out with boys, the A-team, ambassadors of the Evers, the E and A team, Evers Academy for African American Males. Mrs. Merle Evers and Rena Evers Everett visited our program in 2012, 2013. And she said, Megger loved young people. She said, we want to be a part of this.
Yes.
And from then, we changed the name. We said,
Yes.
okay, stop it. Name change. Here it goes. A-team, ambassadors of the Evers Academy for African American Males. And we've been working with males, of course, since 2012, 2013. However, the schools where we are, and we'll talk about our sites, said, well, why aren't you doing something for girls?
Yeah.
So we started the ESTEAM program for girls. Our A-team young males are called ambassadors.
Ambassadors.
They are so proud to be called
Absolutely.
Ambassador LeGrand.
Man,
Yes.
that's right. I do like that ring.
And our young ladies are called Gems.
Oh, Gems.
Yeah,
I love
Gem
that.
Cindy.
Yes.
You like that?
good.
I love that. Yes,
Yes.
we
That's
are.
good.
Gems.
Yes. So we provide mentors for our young males and our young females. So it's a leadership development, character development, and mentorship program. And we've served over 1,200 young people over the last decade.
And these young people, are they predominantly in the Jackson Public School arena, or are they outside of Jackson?
They are in Jackson and outside of Jackson. We have 3 sites in Jackson, at Blackburn Middle School, Brinkley, and at Powell Middle Schools. So we're in middle schools. We're in Canton. We're partnering with In His Steps Ministries in Canton.
Yes.
And we're also in Meridian with the Meridian Freedom Project. We are in Tupelo, the Milam School.
Yes.
We have 2 sites there, and we're in East Jasper. So we have 8 sites across the state of Mississippi, but our model can be replicated anywhere. So of the Top Ladies of Distinction, which is a national women's organization, I happen to be an honorary member.
I'm trying to grow up to
Thank
be
you.
like this. I'm coming soon.
I love the Top Ladies, but they are replicating our model in Houston, Texas. There are 3 sites. We're in San Antonio, Texas, East St. Louis, Illinois, Cincinnati. I'm trying to think of all the sites, but there are 8 sites of
So
Top
you're
Ladies.
starting to begin not only have a local footprint, but a national.
I like it. A national footprint.
national footprint.
Like
You got that?
farm.
You kinda like- I kinda
Okay,
put that in there.
Ambassador LeGrand, I got it. We have a footprint nationally. So we're real happy about that. And we'll talk a little bit too about Dr. Carla McCullough, who is she's succeeding me as the executive director of the foundation, and she is over all of our mentoring programs. But we also have a racial equity lens.
Which is so important right now on what's going on.
And she's doing a lot of research on systemic racism. And we want to, of course, do research to see what the barriers are to perpetuate racism.
Sure.
And she's getting a lot of that research that's going to be out pretty soon.
Yeah.
So you'll have to have her on to talk about that.
We will.
And of course, I see that you're in succession planning with
Absolutely.
Ambassador
this is my
LeGrand.
ambassador.
I am in succession planning with Dr. Carla McCullough. So we do the mentorship piece, but we also have the racial equity piece as a part of the foundation.
Sure.
Which is so important. We're looking at what we're doing overall and how it connects. All of this intertwines together. But our youth is so important. We share that with you from the ag side, but just from the leadership perspective of working with our youth, because truly they are our future.
Right, right.
So
and
happy
we were
about that.
delighted to do the partnership
Yes.
with the S2-E5.
Yes.
F.
Yes.
I got
The Social Disadvantaged Farmers and Ranchers, the policy center that we're working with to be able to talk about careers and careers in agriculture, which goes hand in hand with the GEMs and the ambassadors of who they are and what they will be when they grow up. We want to impact that.
Right, because we talk about careers in our mentorship program.
Yes.
You know, we talk about respect, responsibility, leadership, and careers, and certainly ag careers are part of it.
Yes.
So our mission is we prepare our youth for the world.
Yes.
That's our mentorship program. But we also prepare the world to receive them, and that's the racial equity part. So that's our mission. We're preparing our youth for the world, but we don't want to send them out there and the world is all not so good.
That's right.
So now we're looking at how can we help prepare the world to receive them.
And it's what's so important about that, you know, we're taking the problem, we know they're there, so we're opening their eyes as well as making that impact to others.
Right.
So they can see. A lot of times when we talk about racial equity, they says, oh, I'm not racist, I got black friends. Oh, I'm not racist, I got Hispanic friends. I said, yes, because you had to say your friends was this. You need to think about it.
Right.
But it goes back. The more you learn, the more you're around people, the more you see what they don't get. And that's where the education component comes in. What we have to talk about and tell them.
Right. And that's why we're so happy that we're partnering with the Medgar and Murley Evers Institute and that racial equity piece. And because they are civil rights icons, of course, Medgar Evers
absolutely.
and Mrs. Murley
Murley
Evers
Evers, definitely.
in June of 2023, we'll be commemorating the 60th anniversary of his assassination.
60 years.
60
And
years.
yes, and Rena Evers Everett and the whole family, they're preparing a lot of activities to go along with that. And I'm sure the
We'll talk
community,
about that soon.
Yes,
Coming
they're
soon,
going to
right?
be getting that information out. And we are so happy that we'll have our National Youth Leadership Summit during the same time. So our ambassadors from all over the country will be coming in. We need sponsors and and all of our 8 sites in around the state of Mississippi.
Right.
We want to bring them all to Jackson so that they can learn more about Medgar and Myrlie Evers and hopefully see Mrs. Evers
And
because
visit the historic site of his home.
yes, the
absolutely.
Civil Rights Museum, go to the Medgar Evers home, the National Park Service is now
so
over
much
that.
to do.
So it's so much that we can do to help with the historical knowledge of our youth.
And our history is so important.
Yes.
Our young people, as well as our old people, need to
Us old
understand
people.
and to know LeGrand age.
I was looking at you.
right.
I was looking
to understand the history and the importance of that. So important. for
So,
that.
Dr. Ayers, Dr. Doty, I want you to hold those thoughts. We're up against the break.
Okay.
You are watching Ag and Culture Season 2. We'll be right back from a word from our sponsors.
Heifer USA is a nonprofit that supports small-scale, sustainable livestock businesses, and we are currently seeking individuals interested in pastured pork production in the state of Mississippi. Applicants should have access to at least 35 acres of land and be willing to participate in in-depth training, both online and in person at Heifer Ranch in Perryville, Arkansas. To learn about our operation, check out the Pastured Pigs playlist on the Heifer USA YouTube channel, or contact Farmer Engagement Specialist Ruth Canada at 501-391-5511.
Footprint Farms is a beautiful 68-acre vegetable and cattle farm located in Jackson, Mississippi, and is Mississippi's largest urban farm. The mission of Footprint Farms is to provide the community access to healthy food choices, introduce our youth to agriculture, and provide training and technical assistance to small farmers and ranchers. The farm is open to the public every Friday from 2:30 to 5:30 p.m. to purchase fresh produce or visit us at the Mississippi Farmers Market located near the fairgrounds. We accept all forms of payment, including EBT and SNAP benefits. Looking for a beautiful venue for your next wedding, family reunion, or dinner? Footprint Farms offers a 3,000 square foot facility on 5 beautiful acres, perfect for your next event. For more information, visit our website at footprintfarms.com, Facebook and Instagram at Footprint Farms, or call us at 601-910-5534. Footprint Farms, farm fresh, city sweet. Hey, welcome back to Ag and Culture. Special thanks to our sponsor, Heifer International USA. We want to get back into it. Dr. Ayers, Dr. Doty, we left off and we were getting really excited. We were talking about the 60th anniversary of Medgar assassination coming up and all the activities that are coming around. I want to reiterate that again, that time is still intact to get sponsors.
Yes. Well, we're going to talk too about our National Youth Leadership Summit that's going to be in partnership with the 60th commemoration. Rena Evers Everett, the daughter of Medgar and Myrlie Evers, she's still working on all of the information that's going to be put out there for the public.
Gotcha.
But I'm sure within the next couple of weeks, it's going to all be out there with all the wonderful activities, and certainly we're going to be a part.
Absolutely. And we will be able to bring on that information and hopefully have Rena with us, wherever she may be, to come and for us to be one of the messengers for this great things. But what we're going to be able to talk about right now is what's going to be happening from the Youth Summit perspective. Let's talk more about that, Dr. Doty.
Okay. Well, and what I'm going to do too is talk about Choose to Grow. That's the name of our overall mentoring program. Choose to Grow is the umbrella for the A-Team, our male mentoring program, and Esteem, our young ladies mentoring
gems.
program. So here's Ambassador LeGrand and Jim Cindy.
Yes.
You're going to have to come to the mentoring program.
I will.
You'll have to go through a pledge and promise in order to become an ambassador and a GM.
Oh, my.
So they have to promise to live the life of Medgar Evers, to promise to respect everybody, to be responsible. There's a list of items that we have our GMs and ambassador read, and they have to sign it to say, we promise to do these things. Then that's when they're officially ambassadors and GMs. And then our mentors sign that promise and pledge as well. They say, I promise to help and support you. That's their promise. So as the ambassadors and GMs say, I promise to show respect to all in my community. And then the mentors will respond and say, and I promise to help and support you. So they have to sign that promise and pledge.
So great.
As we move into the sessions, then we have one on the videos about Medgar Evers, and we talk about racial healing and racial equity.
Sure.
So they can have a foundation of where they have been and where they're going. And then we show the a video too of President Barack Obama. Look where you can go.
That's right.
And look what Medgar Evers did as far as voting rights and all of that to help us get to
And
these
why
places.
we actually have a Barack.
Yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely.
And then we get into a session on respect and responsibility. We have a dining etiquette session. In fact, it's coming up in a couple of months.
Exactly. It's
And
coming
we
up
talked
soon.
about the farm to table kinds of things. So we're looking at maybe partnering next year
Yes.
with Footprint Farms so we can actually get fresh vegetables and all and let a chef prepare this
Absolutely.
as we discuss
Right.
how to use the correct knives and spoons and all of that.
Which is so
You like
important.
that,
That's so
Ambassador?
important.
All of that,
Yes.
Jim Doty. All of those things are so important. I mean, just the etiquette of just understanding, you know.
Hold on a second before we're going to pick up with that question. Let me
Okay.
just fix this mic on.
Which one?
Dr. Doty.
Did you move, Dr. Doty?
But the string was showing. You can see it on that booth. Well, like I was. You
Sees
can.
everything.
You can
Look,
see
he
it in this
sees
big old
everything.
control room.
Look, he sees everything.
All right, we'll just pick up.
Let's see.
You asking that question? Hold on a second, Graham.
What was that question? No.
About the dining area.
Dr. Doty.
Because I was going to go into just arming our kids, not only with that, but just that's part of it. So when they go out to the world, they're armed with everything. Ready?
Yeah.
So that's so unique of really arming our kids with, you know, what color to use, but also how to be in a professional setting, how to be professional, how to be respectful. Those are so many characteristics that I'm glad that we have foundations such as yours that are arming our kids with the right tools to go out into the world and to be successful. And those type things are part of that success ladder.
Right. But I just love the idea of them having fresh vegetables, and we talk about the different colors on the plate. And so we can even expand that dining etiquette session. You probably know Mr. John Hardy,
Oh, yes.
who was the former
chef.
general manager of the
Yes.
University,
Club.
Yes. He has been doing our dining etiquette session for the last 10 years.
Yes.
We've had it.
I think he actually showed you how to use your cutter.
You know what?
Come
Shouts
in
out
now.
to John. He
Absolutely.
really did.
John
He
to
really did.
John.
He really did.
It's so great. But I tell you what, all of this makes great citizens. Everything we're talking about is preparing our children for leadership,
That's right.
for life,
That's right.
because life will happen.
Yes.
And this way, when you arm them, and my grandfather would say, you have to go and get your armor. So we're giving them that armor that they need to go out to march on, as Medgar would say, and to be strong within where you are.
That's right.
And you can be right here where you are and be able to show that armor. But we have to teach.
Yes.
It has to be taught. They have to understand the importance of our history and why we do the things we do and why we should not do things just because they're out there.
Right.
We separate that leadership out, and hopefully that will break some more cycles.
Right.
Will help others to understand the importance, because when you see someone or you're with someone, and you're going to pick up some of those attributes, good or bad. So this is something we can be very proud of, and we're very proud of you and what you're doing with that. And for you to come up with this mindset to make it happen, and to not just talk about it like so many others do, but to make it happen.
Yes.
You're how old now? 11 years old? 2010.
Oh, I thought you meant my age. I'm like,
you're
okay,
21.
Cindy. I'm like, wait a minute.
2010, which was a magic year for us too. That's
Yes.
when we actually started Footprint Farms, was in 2010. So we can understand that plight, and it was only like yesterday.
Yes.
But it was so many gray hairs later or earlier.
Yes.
It takes time, and what you've done is so in depth. but you had to bring on not only the people, but the knowledge and the money and everything. So let me just say how proud we are of that.
Right.
commitments.
But I want you all, you have a copy of the organizations
Absolutely.
who are partnering with us, a list of organizations. Of course, Cindy's
I got the
chapter,
book.
Upsilon Omega,
Yes.
Alpha Kappa Alpha, my chapter, Beta Delta Omega, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Rho Lambda Omega, Alpha Kappa Alpha, and my great Delta sisters,
Yes.
the Jackson Alumni chapter. And as we go through, we're going to name them all.
We are.
You got them?
Well, you know,
Yeah.
shouts out to the Jackson alumni of my brethren and clan, illustrious clan, the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay. And thank you, Kappa Alpha Psi, for honoring me with that wonderful Community Service Award.
Absolutely.
Yes, this past February.
And we got great organizations like the Links, which have been around forever long.
the
We're so
Jackson,
proud of.
Mississippi chapter and the LaFleur Bluff chapter.
Both. And then the 100 Black Men of Jackson and of Canton.
And of Canton, yes.
Forward Lookers, a freedom club. You hear a lot about them more and more now.
Right.
They've been around for a long time.
Yes.
And they've been with you from the beginning.
From the very beginning.
Wow,
yes.
that's so good. The Jack and Jill of America,
Yes.
the National Council of Negro Women, the Jackson section.
Yes.
The Eliza Pillars, the Nurses
Yes,
Association, has
they've
been
been
around forever. The top ladies of distinction that we talked about, that I want to be when I grow up, LeGrand.
yes.
Of course, the Omega Psi Phi. We can't forget our brothers that's
Right.
there to do that. The Cleveland Empowerment Foundation, and where are they located?
Okay, so let me tell you about that
Yeah.
piece. The Cleveland Empowerment Foundation, you'll probably know Carla Kirkland,
Yes.
who has the Kirkland Group, an educational consulting firm. The Cleveland Empowerment Foundation is the nonprofit arm of her consulting.
Gotcha.
And with the Choose to Grow, we not only do mentoring on Thursdays, but Monday through Wednesday, we do academic tutoring for the same group of children. So they get 4 days of mentoring and academic support. The Kirkland Group and the Cleveland Empowerment Foundation, they hire teachers. Most of them are in the schools where the children are, the youth are, and from 3:30 to 5:30 every day, they have given them tests to determine if they need more help with math, ELA, with reading, whatever they
Whatever it
need.
is.
That's what they provide for them. So our students under the Choose to Grow, STEAM and A-Team, they get 4 days of after school work, 3 days of academic, and 1 day of mentoring from these fine organizations.
Right. So it's
And
not only just kind of helping them get through their homework, but this is really trying to find out the source of some of their challenges and helping them to overcome those challenges when it comes to whatever they're having trouble with in school. That's pretty awesome.
And thanks to Dr. Carla McCullough, I have to keep bringing her
Yes.
name up, the executive director of our foundation. These were her ideas. We started off strictly with mentoring, which was great, and all these wonderful organizations.
Sure.
But then she came up with the Choose to Grow, bringing in the partners like the Cleveland Empowerment Foundation, and we thank the Mississippi Department of Human Services for funding our Choose to Grow program, where we can provide the academic support and also the mentoring support for our young people.
And we hope to have some more mentorings coming in, some more sponsors coming in.
Yes.
Because we would love to see Footprint Farms down as one of those that's coming in as well to be a part. Because
Agriculture.
everything you're talking about is a big part of who we are and what we want to expand upon. So what you just said, you don't have to start anything. A lot of things is already here. We just have to integrate into it to know what's going on and become a part of it.
Right.
You know, so many times we think we got to start everything from the beginning. No, we need to start from where we are here and build up, not to have to start here to go up.
Right.
So great organizations like you and what you're doing, I'm encouraging more of our listeners to come and find out more about how to grow, to do this, and to understand more and how you can become a part of it. So if they want to become a part, what should they do?
They need to contact us, and I know the phone number is going to be up there. You know, you never remember numbers in the phone, but I'm sure
Cedric just put it up there.
Okay,
Yeah.
601-882-9127.
Yes.
The JSDfoundation.com, that's our website. They can call us because we do have a toolkit. We have a curriculum that can be replicated, and that's why we're in 16 to 20 sites not only in the state of Mississippi, but across the
across
country.
the country.
Yes. So it's scalable.
So you can, yes, it's scalable. You can replicate it. We have the curriculum. We have what the coordinators do. We have a coordinator at each site, and we have wonderful coordinators.
Yes.
And school liaisons at each of the schools. So there is an organizational structure that we already have in place. So if they call us and talk to us, and we can tell them how we can become partners.
That's a great segue to my next question. If a youngster that's in that age group wants to become an ambassador or a GM, what are the qualifications, so the parents may be watching know, what are the qualifications to get their child into this program?
Well, right now, in Jackson Public Schools, as I mentioned, we're at Blackburn, Brinkley, and Powell. And we have had parents who are not in these schools to ask if they can come. But right now, we're focusing on these schools.
Sure.
There is another school that's calling us and wanting that program at the middle school. So number one, if they can help us find more mentors
Sure.
and help us find more
More dollars
resources.
to go with
We can
it,
roll out
yes.
more schools.
Yes, we can roll out more schools. What we don't want to do is to take on more than we should, and then the quality of the program
Suffers.
is yes.
Quality is
So
important.
as we get more partners like Footprint Farms and our Ambassador LeGrand
right.
and our GM
There
Cindy
we go.
hearing about us and others, and they say we want to be a part, then we can come up with ways that we can expand.
Yes, absolutely. Well, LeGrand, let me just show you this, and I want the camera to come in. This is something that's done. This is our 6th or 5th. This is the 5th edition?
That's the 5th edition.
5th edition. And in here is stories from the gyms and the ambassadors of what they've done, what they learned. So this is some great information that they can have. And this book is published here,
Yes.
you know, for them.
Yes.
That's a
And
very
this-
nice,
isn't this
impressive
great to have,
publication.
to come-
So this is the students.
They
This is
are young
students.
authors.
Okay.
Every
There are-
year we
yes.
publish a book. Well, this is our 5th edition, so we didn't start at the very beginning.
Okay.
But now every year, and we are going to do one this year to be released during the 60th commemoration of
Sure.
Medgar Evers. But after each session on Thursdays, the students write 2 to 3 lines about what they've learned. So they get the writing skill training. They get up and they read what they've written.
That confidence
and
building.
then the public speaking, all of that is a
Yes.
part of it. So after they do the 2 to 3 lines every session, about in January is when they're going to start putting all of their writings together to come up with their essay
And this
for
is
the
great.
book.
This is so
and
great.
Well, February 28th, they know that date because that's the deadline that we have to have the essays. They also, top ladies of distinction, they send their essays in from
as
across
well.
the country.
Oh, wow.
And then we publish the book. It's a hardbound
Yes,
book.
beautiful.
It
Very
is-
nice.
Yeah, it has been published. And so the students will be able to, when they get to college or even high school, put on their resumes that they are published authors because that's the book.
And this
that they-
might start them to even looking at becoming an author.
Yes,
They
yes.
talk about great things in here about bullying,
Right.
why was I bullied, and what we can do about strength. So many different things that they talk about that impacts anyone who wants to read this.
Dr.
You know?
Doty, Dr. Ayers,
Yes.
we're going to hold it right there. We're
Okay.
going to definitely come back. You're watching Ag and Culture. This is season 2. Dr. Doty, Dr. Ayers. We'll be right back.
Heifer USA is a nonprofit that supports small-scale, sustainable livestock businesses, and we are currently seeking individuals interested in pastured pork production in the state of Mississippi. Applicants should have access to at least 35 acres of land and be willing to participate in in-depth training, both online and in person at Heifer Ranch in Perryville, Arkansas. To learn about our operation, check out the Pastured Pigs playlist on the Heifer USA YouTube channel, or contact Farmer Engagement Specialist Ruth Canada at 501-391-5511.
Footprint Farms is a beautiful 68-acre vegetable and cattle farm located in Jackson, Mississippi, and is Mississippi's largest urban farm. The mission of Footprint Farms is to provide the community access to healthy food choices, introduce our youth to agriculture, and provide training and technical assistance to small farmers and ranchers. The farm is open to the public every Friday from 2:30 to 5:30 p.m. to purchase fresh produce or visit us at the Mississippi Farmers Market located near the fairgrounds. We accept all forms of payment, including EBT and SNAP benefits. Looking for a beautiful venue for your next wedding, family reunion, or dinner? Footprint Farms offers a 3,000 square foot facility on 5 beautiful acres, perfect for your next event. For more information, visit our website at footprintfarms.com, Facebook and Instagram at Footprint Farms, or call us at 601-910-5534. Footprint Farms, Farm fresh, city sweet. And we talk about so many great things, and I want to go back to this book, I Can Imagine.
Yes.
And just to do a brief rewind on that, these are the actual students that are in this program, and they work on these essays throughout the term, and then they finalize them and they put in this beautiful publication right here. So this is the 5th edition of this beautiful publication. That's very impressive.
Yes, that's the 5th edition, and the cover was done by a gentleman named Raz Roberts of Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. These renowned artists.
Yes. So he did the cover,
very nice.
and we're going to ask him, of course, to do it again. But I Can Imagine. This says virtual voices of young authors, because part of when they were doing their writings, it was during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said virtual voices. We mentored throughout the pandemic.
Not nonstop.
Yeah.
You found
the
a way.
students were at home.
Yes.
And we give what we call growth bucks. Okay, Choose to Grow is the name of the program. And they get growth bucks. And the first one who gets on the Zoom screen, they get a buck. If they participate, the mentor, we give them a buck. And we were able to send them to the breakout rooms with their mentors. And if they wrote their 2 to 3 lines, they got a buck.
I love
and
that.
and if they read it, they got a buck. So they could earn up to $5 every time they came on. And then we had a growth buck store. They could buy footballs.
Oh, my
and,
goodness.
we have a jump drive that has the Choose to Grow logo on it. They can purchase that. So they, depending on the number of bucks they had, they could buy different things.
Yeah.
And of course, everything's on Amazon.
Everything's on Amazon.
So we were able to send them their gifts through Amazon, to their
directly
home.
to the house.
Because a lot of this is, how did the pandemic affect me? So they're talking about, and our kids were truly and are still affected by the pandemic. So they get to voice it, which makes it easier. I'm sure this has helped so many parents.
It really
to help them in just being able to deal with this.
Right.
And to be able to do this during pandemic, we know was hard to do, but it goes back to the dedication.
Yes.
To making sure that we do what we have to do, and we find a way, right?
And you know, we do a pre-survey and a post-survey with our students, the parents, and also the principals give us feedback on how everything went during the year. One of the things that our ambassadors and GMs said on their survey was that they didn't know it was so many different kinds of Black people. Isn't that amazing? So they see the deltas and the AKAs and the omegas, and we got a shout out to Beta Alpha and Epsilon Kappa Kappa and Omega Mu Mu up in Tupelo.
Yes.
So they said, we didn't know it's so many different kind of Black people. And when we're in session, in person, like we may be in the library and there may be 4 or 5 tables, and the mentors are at a table with the different students, but they're still interacting and seeing all of the. Did we mention Zeta Phi Beta?
Our Zeta Phi Betas, our
Alpha
sisters
Delta
there.
Zeta, yes,
All of the
because they
Divine
always
Nine.
have lots of mentors there. But our students are saying that them getting to interact with so many, and they don't use the word professional people, but they are. We got CPAs. In fact, I'm sure he won't mind, but Judge Winston Kidd is one of our mentors with Alpha Phi Alpha Rosi Lambda in Canton. On the Zoom last year, he didn't miss a day. But one mentoring day. But he said he made it a point because he wanted to mentor these young men.
That's right.
And that was important for
That's
him.
right.
And I'm sure as he does his court trials and whatever, he may see young people. And now he has a way to help prevent them from coming before him in court. So this is something of what we all want to do.
Absolutely.
To ensure that our children have the basic foundation of knowing where they came from, what's the foundation historically, but then to let them see people like Dr. Ayers and Elliott, and also, well, Ambassador, you're going to have to come and talk to our young men and our
Let me know. I'm ready to take my pledge now because I'm ready because I know how, as a youngster, it helped me. Just seeing, judges or congressmen or state representatives. I was able to page in the House and the Senate. So I was exposed to those things. And like you say, when you know better, you definitely should do better. And most of the time you do. But just having those people in my life just made my, the sky was now the limit,
Right.
and not the limit being the sky.
Right.
That what was possible, even at my advanced age.
Advanced age.
You like
so
that?
where are we? We are past advanced.
That's why I was qualified.
We're not going to talk to him.
Right, but my point was, it was people like that, and it's refreshing to know that that's still alive and kicking. That it helped me out so much in helping to form my pathway,
Right.
And what was possible, even when I didn't see it was possible, that it was possible. Because I say, hey, if they can do it, I can do it as well.
Right.
And on the other side of this is even this show. I mean, we have to talk about this great producer that we have that's making this happen, and he looks like us.
That's right.
And all of this is being a part of what we are continuing to grow with and how we grow.
Right.
And the things we know we have to get out there to let our people, our community know what is available.
Right.
So we hope to have young people behind these cameras soon
Yes. Oh.
that's producing and understanding the importance of how to get the word out.
Right.
We also want to thank a lot of great sponsors that has helped us.
Yes.
Effort being one of those
Yes.
that's in. But we got the Jackson Medical Mall Foundation, that's a big part. So we want to bring more of what we have together and to build it and make it stronger
Right.
because we're stronger together.
Yes.
And there's enough room for all of us that's
Right.
there
Right.
to come on board.
And the
to
one
do
important
this.
goal is to make sure we each one teach one.
Yes,
That's right.
exactly.
That's right.
And I am so happy that
Yes.
you mentioned that, working together, because look at all of our partners, all of
yeah.
these organizations
That's right.
that are helping to mentor our young males and females.
That's right.
I cannot thank them enough for sticking with us for more than 10 years. We couldn't do this alone. So together we are making a major impact. And just think of the 1,200 plus young people that they have mentored, and we have made a major impact in their lives.
And even more so, we're getting ready to do a Shark Tank. Just from the pattern, to have our young people go and they have to pitch what they're doing. And judges are going to say, yeah, and they're going to get some money to go back and to do what they're looking to do. And then the big entrepreneur piece come out that actually we're going to do something with that.
Yes,
Yeah.
beginning in March, after they finish their essays for their
Of course.
book.
February
Now-
28th.
Right.
Yes.
Now we're going to move into them. We're talking about entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And we're going to help them build a prototype of whatever it is. We've had some who last year, they did bracelets, they
and-
did kitchen trivets. One
They did
young
plants.
lady,
They did plants too.
They
They
grew
were growing
plants
plants.
to sell. And there was one young lady who came up with water bottle labels.
Labels.
In fact, someone offered to purchase her business.
Yes.
Yes. So they pitched their product in front of judges, and we have a first, second, and third place winner. First place gets $200, second place $100, third place $50, and then those three, well, all of them are winners, of course.
Yes.
But then we'll have Entrepreneur Alley. And this year we're going to have it at the City Plaza. We partnered with St. Andrew's Arts on the Green last year, and we helped them mass produce their products after they did the prototype. And they sold their products at Arts on the Green at St. Andrews. But now we're going to use the City Plaza and invite the community to purchase their products. And then they get to keep the money.
So these are entrepreneurs that's coming into their own of doing their business. But the main thing is they're understanding the importance of accounting, marketing, putting things in place to be a successful entrepreneur as you'd be a successful business as a successful person.
And being able to pitch your product.
Pitch
and
your
not
product.
being able to be out in front of people and being confident in what you're doing. And that's kind of part of your almost like a Toastmaster type of simulation that you put them through. So when they do get to that point, even as they're young, they can pitch that. So imagine when they get to even high school and college, going into a room is going to be so much more easier than just kind of going over into a corner and just kind of being an introvert. When you almost get to that point, you actually work in the room. So those are all great qualities and important qualities that starting at young need to be exposed to.
So important, so important.
Because I know when I was growing up, of course, I grew up in the country 8 miles north of Canton in Mount Zion Cobbsville Missionary Baptist Church. But you know those ladies and the men in the church, in Sunday school, I had to get up and give an overview of the Sunday school lesson.
right.
I was learning public speaking
Absolutely.
then. It was
Didn't
getting me
realize
ready
it.
for
Exactly.
television.
And what about your
casting.
speech? What about that speech
Gotta
you
have
had
that
to learn?
speech, Dr. Doty.
You had to have the Easter and the Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
And you have to know it. You can't just, you got to get
Oh
up there
Lord,
to
I
do
need a
it.
piece of paper.
As they say, you got to know it by heart.
You got to know it by heart. You got to know it by heart to do that.
But that was the idea behind a lot of what we're doing is a village approach.
Yes.
That's why we have the organizations. Now, if I ask Dr. Ayers to come every Thursday at 4 o'clock, every day, every week, she'll say, "You must be crazy. I don't know where I'm going to be." But
That's right.
if I give you 4 to 6 people in your organization,
And
they can all rotate, and we tell the ambassadors and GMs, look, Delta Sigma Theta, Jackson Alumni Chapter, all of these ladies are your mentors.
Your mentors.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you're going to see one of them throughout
Each
this
week.
year. So
Absolutely.
this is our village approach.
Yes.
In my lifetime, I've been paying attention.
Yes.
And
And learning a
so-
lot.
Yes. So this approach, we knew when we put a mentoring program together, we couldn't ask one person to
do
be,
it all.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
especially when you're a professional and you got children.
And you got full-time
yeah.
positions that you're doing, and you're running around the countryside.
Right.
But
But just think, the students said, being able to see so many different kinds of Black
Yes.
people.
Yes.
coming in, and it's for them.
Yes.
It's coming
And
in.
the consistency.
That's about that.
It's the consistency.
And I have
if you
to-
want them to buy in, you have to
have to
show
be
young people
consistent.
consistency.
Like we're doing right here.
That's right.
It's bringing on great people. But let me also give a great plug in to E.J. Russell, to my judge that's there for always being consistent on pushing and saying, let's do it together. Everybody takes a turn to do it. Upsilon Omega. For us, it's like, okay, Judge, where do we go now?
Yeah.
But it's a part of this sisterhood and the brotherhood of caring and making it happen. That's
right.
It's that caring part of
Caring.
it
That's
we
what
do.
we say.
It's
We
caring.
tell the ambassadors and GMs, these are your caring mentors.
Yes.
They're here because they care about you.
Yeah. You don't get paid. You don't have to be
Yeah.
there. It's from the time that we give, and that's so important, which is a big part of a leader and what leadership's supposed to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
To bringing that in one way or the other to do it. And we do care so much.
And not only that, to identify.
Oh,
Let's face it, all of us in Divine Nine, all of us didn't have silver spoons, growing up. So a lot of what the students may be going through, there's a pathway there's a connection that, I kind of had some of those same struggles. So I think when young people hear that, it's like, oh, wow, you kind of struggle with this too, or you had this issue or this challenge. So they're actually able to hear, like, look how I overcame.
Right.
My situation may have been 8 times worse than yours, but look how I got over it. Look at where I am now. It was because of organizations came in and mentorees coming in to help me or to help,
Absolutely.
as a whole. So there's a lot of compatibilities, and I guess the buzzword is meet people where they are.
Right.
We're meeting young people where they are, but I think the stories of even the mentors will show them as well that the struggle is real, but you can overcome. Yeah.
Okay.
You mentioned bullying, and I have a list of the sessions that we have.
Yes, talk about
we
that.
We have a session on self-discipline, a session on bullying.
Bullying.
We have a session on community and civic engagement. On Martin Luther King Day, we're going to do a service project. So it's going to be important for them
Day of
to
service.
know to give back.
Give back.
That's right.
So we usually work alongside the Panhellenic Council, and we do the Warm Coats, Warm Heart
yes.
event. So we ask the ambassadors and GMs to bring in coats, so we can give to someone less fortunate. So we do a session on caring and kindness, fairness and justice, and health education. So all of these are, as Dr. Carla McCullough says, because she helped to develop this curriculum to the pieces where they are. We are intentional
Yes.
about what we're teaching
Yes.
and about what we're mentoring. In fact, we have the curriculum and it's in there what they can say, but we also tell our mentors, sometimes you may not go by what's in here. If we're talking about respect, you may have some kind of scenario that you can give
Sure.
to your ambassador and GM that will make them see it much better
Much
than
better.
what's in here.
It
As long
impacts.
as the goal is
It's
met.
the same, exactly. And
So
we know
our
that.
curriculum is it's a guide.
It's truly
It's a
a
guide.
guide, but one that has has merit and has been proven to work.
Yes.
So integrating some other things into it just makes it even stronger.
Dr.
to do
Ayers,
that.
Dr. Doty, hold that thought. We're up against another break. This is going by too
don't
fast.
leave me.
You're watching Ag and Culture. We'll be right back.
Heifer USA is a nonprofit that supports small-scale, sustainable livestock businesses, and we are currently seeking individuals interested in pastured pork production in the state of Mississippi. Applicants should have access to at least 35 acres of land and be willing to participate in in-depth training, both online and in person at Heifer Ranch in Perryville, Arkansas. To learn about our operation, check out the Pastured Pigs playlist on the Heifer USA YouTube channel, or contact Farmer Engagement Specialist Ruth Canada at 501-391-5511.
Footprint Farms is a beautiful 68-acre vegetable and cattle farm located in Jackson, Mississippi, and is Mississippi's largest urban farm. The mission of Footprint Farms is to provide the community access to healthy food choices, introduce our youth to agriculture, and provide training and technical assistance to small farmers and ranchers. The farm is open to the public every Friday from 2:30 to 5:30 p.m. to purchase fresh produce or visit us at the Mississippi Farmers Market located near the fairgrounds. We accept all forms of payment, including EBT and SNAP benefits. Looking for a beautiful venue for your next wedding, family reunion, or dinner? Footprint Farms offers a 3,000 square foot facility on 5 beautiful acres, perfect for your next event. For more information, visit our website at footprintfarms.com, Facebook and Instagram at Footprint Farms, or call us at 601-910-5534. Footprint Farms, farm fresh, city sweet. And welcome back to Ag and Culture, and we want to shout out our #1 sponsor, Heifer International USA. Thank you so much, everybody's watching in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Thank you so much for the continued support. We're here with Dr. Doty, S2-E5 Foundation, having such an awesome time. The time is flying by, but so many good things about the foundation and the program for the mentorships for our young kids, middle school kids actually, our ambassadors and our GEMs. Something's near and dear to our heart that you're doing with the foundation as well is agriculture. You want to talk about that?
Of course, I would love to talk about my partnership with not only Footprint Farms, but S2-E5. Socially disadvantaged farmers and ranchers policy center.
That's
I
right.
got it. I got it.
That's
And
right.
we were so happy to partner with them, and we were able to bring careers in agriculture to young people and also to adults. Because a lot of our partners are the organizations that we read, the AKAs and the Deltas and all of them, they showed a video about S2-E5 to their members. And I think we reached over 2,000 individuals with that.
Yeah.
And then we also were able to do this wonderful video. I say wonderful,
It
and
was
I think it's
wonderful.
wonderful.
It was wonderful.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah.
They are agricultural careers. And we do a segment on careers. So what we will do that's going to be around November 10th.
November.
Yes, we'll be sure to show this film or this video to our young people in our sites.
Yes.
And then we'll talk about all careers, but they'll get a chance to see that video. How about that?
How about that? And see, in agriculture is everything. It's doing what we're doing right now.
Right.
This is ag.
Yes.
It's so many things that we don't realize and our students don't realize. This is part of agriculture. And we want them to know that. And we're just so honored to be able to have this partnership. And this is just the beginning for what we can do and what we will do to help and make a difference out there for hopefully more sponsors coming on board,
Yes.
more
Definitely.
organizations, groups, that everybody can be included. It don't take a lot if we all put a little in together
That's it.
to make something happen, to sponsor a school,
Right.
to have enough funds in place to do this. And
We're
we
gonna
can
have to-
do it.
Yeah, we got to
can
come
do
out
this.
to Footprint Farms.
Absolutely.
We gotta bring
Come on
our
out.
students out there. Ambassador LeGrand, how are we going to do
Well,
that?
you know what? If Dr. Doty says it shall be done.
It shall be done.
Oh, it
Absolutely.
shall be done.
And we want to do that because so many
Yes.
times we have, kids, even adults that come out to the farm and they're just, they're like, okay with the farm. I'm just fascinated. I've never seen a cow up this close. And just to see their faces, and you mentioned about engaging the parents as well.
Yes.
We've had a lot of programs, and one in particular, we just finished up with a grant from NRCS. And that was the whole crux of the program was to introduce young people to agriculture, not just from a farming soil sense, but also from a medical, biological, you could be a scientist, you could be a CPA. You can do so many great things in agriculture without necessarily cultivating the land.
Right.
And it seems like you guys are on that same wavelength as well.
Yes.
And it's been refreshing, and especially engaging not only the child and the mentee, but also the parents.
Yes.
We've got parents like, hey, can I bring my cousin with us next time we meet? Because we were meeting periodically over 2 quarters, maybe at least once or twice a month. And we had different objectives that we wanted to bring in, everything from veterinary medicine, where they actually got to go see an actual clinic, not only just kind of look around, but to able to put on a stethoscope and listen. And so a lot of kids were inspired by that, and now they've kind of set their sights on veterinary medicine.
Yes.
Cedric, who our phenomenal director-producer, is a certified FAA drone pilot. So he demonstrated drone piloting and how that affects agriculture. So there's just so many great things that are going on that we want to definitely promote and let our youth know that there's so much more to agriculture than just farming.
Yes.
It's one of the largest budgets in the United States federal government, just behind the Department of Defense. Agriculture is the second largest federal agency, dollar-wise, in the United States government. And when you kind of sit back and you think about that, we want our kids to be engaged and involved because, like you say, there's enough for everyone. And there's a career path that you can really set your sights on and set yourself up for the rest of your life.
For our National Youth Leadership Summit that we will have alongside of the 60th commemoration of Medgar Evers, maybe we could see how we can do some partnerships with that.
Yes.
Because we'll be bringing in our ambassadors and GMs from all over the country. And also I got to give a shout out to Thirst for Learning out of Portland, Oregon. I forgot we had ambassadors there. In fact, they came last year in June when we had our culminating event from Portland, Oregon. Leslie Williams, who was the director.
And it started right here in little old Mississippi.
Yes.
That's right.
You know, right here with the hands and the brain and the heart, right here. Now it's reaching all over the country. And now we're looked at, okay, how do they do that? And we're not saying, we're not going to tell you, we're going to show you. And here it is. And it's in the book. We can even show it to you, right?
Yes.
That you can be scaled up. And that's the important part about it, all over. So just imagine what we can do. And I love this. I can imagine.
I can imagine.
I can imagine every
What can we
school,
imagine?
every school in the state of Mississippi having one of these programs.
Yes.
I can imagine all these different organizations coming together to make sure this can happen. I can imagine that. Being our thirst of what we need to be doing. So we need to look at 2023 and says, I can imagine that. Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's do it. Let's come in. You can bring your dollars. You can bring your quarters. You can bring all this in to help make a difference. And there's a place that you know when it goes in, it's going to be used just for that.
That's right.
And that's the important part. But we all can make a difference.
Yes.
We all can make a difference.
Our young people are our future.
Yes.
When I go to bed at night, when I get up, Choose to Grow is on my mind.
Tell me about it.
How can we make it better?
How we make it
You know,
better?
Quality. How can we serve our young people?
Yes.
And I
And
get all teary-eyed on this
and
part.
it's all about service.
Yes.
It is.
It's true. It's all about service and what we can do. Because I know just by being a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, that sisterhood has just expanded everything that we're doing throughout. We can go anywhere in the country, in the world. You know, I was in the VI and I said, and they looked at me and they says, say, come on, I got somebody I want you to meet. They're your sisters. I
Dr.
said, come
Doty,
on
she's
board.
so bad about
Come
throwing
on board.
acronyms out. And I tell her, we have people
VI.
like, what's this VI? You want to tell us what the VI is, ma'am?
It's a Virgin
Virgin
Islands.
Islands.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I
yes.
picked that up.
We were there working with the farmers, working with the farmers in the American side of Virgin Islands, who's also part of the U.S., and they look like us and they need our help. This program that we're doing here, guess where I'm going to encourage it to go next?
Where?
To the Virgin Islands. We have partners there that could actually take this and move with it, just like here, because for after-school programs, the same thing, the same need is there.
Yes.
So they're going to welcome this opportunity. We're going to be connecting this one real soon.
In fact, Mrs.
Absolutely.
Evers, when we first started, she said, this program is going to be international.
Yes.
She's already said
She's
that.
already said it.
Yeah. She said
Yes.
she wanted it to be
Yeah.
international.
Yeah. And it can be.
Yes, it
Will
can.
No,
be.
how about it will
Will
be?
be.
Will be.
That's what
Will
I taught
be.
him
That's
well.
right.
It will
Right.
be.
That's right.
Absolutely.
As I always tell Dr. McCullough, who she happens to be my goddaughter and my niece. I'll throw that in. I did good.
that
didn't
did-
I?
Yeah, you did very good. You did good.
We
You
did
good.
good.
She said, if any challenge comes upon us, she said, we always remember you saying, well, let's just keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward.
Can't stop.
I like that. And that's why you challenge. I tell even my son, it's like, don't say I have a problem, or you should say you have a challenge.
Yes.
Because the more and more you say it's an issue or it's a problem, your whole mindset changes. So I love that. I tell them, I say, you have a challenge. You don't have a problem. You have a
And
challenge.
just
So
keep
those are-
moving forward.
Moving
That's right.
forward.
And service and volunteerism. And that's why I keep wanting to say all of our mentors and mentoring organizations who are volunteering and serving.
Thank you.
I was talking to some of my sorority sisters, and I said, what do you want your legacy to be? And I said, what I want my legacy to be is for them to say, and you may have to speak, I served God by serving others.
That's right.
So if somebody says that about me, I'm good.
then
I'm good. That's right.
You know, we have 4-H groups that's around the country and the state, and we started with a 4-H club that was a football team from Wingfield High School.
That's right.
Now these young men are leading organizations in different facets of their life that they never thought they would do. It started with caring and putting something in front of them to say, this is how you do it. And I'm so proud of those young men, just so proud.
Yeah. Yep, that's you mentioned Wingfield. You know, it goes from some of those same young men who never seen a cow or anything up close, fell in love with the land so much that there were a couple of them that
Yeah,
actually
farmers.
they're farmers and actually got degrees from Alcorn.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
universities, absolutely. And most of them now are part of the National Guard. They believe in community and country now.
service.
And now they're doing service just to take care. You don't realize, and they had no idea that this was part of ag as well.
Yes. Well, did I tell you I hold and pick cotton?
No, you didn't tell me
Oh,
that now.
yes,
That's a whole
yes.
nother I got to write this down. Another
all
story.
the way up through my freshman year in college. I had to hoe and pick cotton.
So
I'm
you-
from Kenton, 8 miles down
So
Highway
you know a
51.
little something about
Oh, I
chopping
know
morning
about
glory and Johnson grass.
I'm just not here talking about ag, about what somebody told me.
That's right.
It's
This is
what
what
I
I know.
experienced
Experienced that.
myself.
That's right.
But and with all of that, still we rise.
Yes.
right.
And we've
Yes,
taken those ancestors, what they've given us, and our foreparents, and we built from that. But that self-esteem that they gave us, no one can ever take it away.
No.
No one can have it. I don't care what
And
you
the
do to me,
value
you can't have it.
that you
Those
learn even
values.
by doing and by being there.
Oh
I
my
mean,
goodness, and earning your own money
Yeah.
even then, right? Entrepreneur, you just
Yes,
didn't know
yes.
it.
I was making $2, $3
$2 a day.
However, that's not anything we're trying to tell our students today,
no.
because there are so many other career choices.
Opportunities.
Accountants
Opportunities.
and
Oh my goodness,
entrepreneurs.
lawyers, researchers.
But the goal
So many
was,
more.
as the book so eloquently says, I can't imagine.
I can imagine.
Even when you were
When I was holding
chopping
and
and
picking,
doing that.
I could imagine
imagine.
going
That's
to
right.
college, and
That's
I
right.
could
Yeah.
imagine doing
Yeah.
all other things, and then coming back to my own hometown of Kenton
With your
to do
armor.
something. Yes,
With
that's
your
right.
armor.
That's right.
And now look at us.
Look
I
at
mean,
us.
Just so
yeah,
proud.
we just got to be proud of ourselves.
We have to be.
What the song say? Encourage yourself.
Encourage yourself. Or
But you know what? And I do want to say again, I am so proud of Dr. Cindy Ayers Elliott and Ambassador LeGrand Elliott for the wonderful work that you all are doing on Footprint Farms. And I think Heifer International. Look, I'm going to say your sponsors too.
Yes.
You said I was
That's right.
for seeing the benefit of what you're doing, not only in Jackson, the state, the country, and the world. So I'm just
excited.
thrilled that you would want to partner with us
Yes.
and that you thought enough of us to
Definitely.
invite us to your studio to learn more about what we're doing and to see how we can work more together.
And that's
God
a big,
is amazing.
Oh,
isn't
he
he?
is. And that's a big part of what ag and culture is. Let's tell everybody.
Yes.
My grandfather would say, be like a refrigerator. What does that mean? He said, don't hold nothing. Tell everything. Tell everything you know. Let them know this is available. This is here. You can do this. And said, you might not do it, but somebody else can.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
So let them know it's available.
Right,
And that's what we do.
That's right.
It's like with my legacy here, LeGrand, and I have to give kudos to my oldest son, as
Oldest.
you can say. He's one of two. I would say I have 2 biologicals and 24 children. We still have so many mentees that we still have and hold dear.
Yes.
But he's now paving the ways for our next generations. You know, my grandson and my granddaughters that's coming aboard and doing things, and to know about it. And the main thing about them and during the life period, you say, where are they going to be? They're going to be at the soup kitchen. Yes, they're going to understand the importance of serving and serving others. His mentors he had growing up, we had some of the best mentors, and hats off to all of them that helped. It took a village to do
Wow,
this.
this hour went really fast.
It did.
Wish we had more time. Dr. Doty, such an honor for you to be in studio with us today.
My pleasure.
You're watching Ag and Culture Season 2.
It's season 2 of Ag and Culture, and of course we are talking culture. Tune in for great guests and conversation, breaking down all things agriculture. Watch us on our YouTube channel, MS Footprint Farms, and on Facebook at Footprint Farms, every Tuesday, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, and 7 a.m. on the West. Proudly sponsored by Heifer USA.
Heifer USA is a nonprofit that supports small-scale, sustainable livestock businesses, and we are currently seeking individuals interested in pastured pork production in the state of Mississippi. Applicants should have access to at least 35 acres of land and be willing to participate in in-depth training, both online and in person at Heifer Ranch in Perryville, Arkansas. To learn about our operation, check out the Pastured Pigs playlist on the Heifer USA YouTube channel, or contact Farmer Engagement Specialist Ruth Canada at 501-391-5511.
Footprint Farms is a beautiful 68-acre vegetable and cattle farm located in Jackson, Mississippi, and is Mississippi's largest urban farm. The mission of Footprint Farms is to provide the community access to healthy food choices, introduce our youth to agriculture, and provide training and technical assistance to small farmers and ranchers. The farm is open to the public every Friday from 2:30 to 5:30 p.m. to purchase fresh produce or visit us at the Mississippi Farmers Market located near the fairgrounds. We accept all forms of payment, including EBT and SNAP benefits. Looking for a beautiful venue for your next wedding, family reunion, or dinner? Footprint Farms offers a 3,000 square foot facility on 5 beautiful acres, perfect for your next event. For more information, visit our website at footprintfarms.com, Facebook and Instagram at Footprint Farms, or call us at 601-910-5534. Footprint Farms, farm fresh, city sweet.
When you mention agriculture, most people think of farming. That's planting, growing, harvesting, and selling crops grown in a field, laboring in those fields behind a mule and a plow from dusk to dawn every day. This vision is a big misconception and could not be further from the truth. According to the United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, the agricultural industry and related industries provide 11% of jobs in America. In 2017, it was reported that 21.6 million Americans were employed in the agricultural industry. Women and minorities are underrepresented in those numbers, and we encourage you to consider agriculture as a career. While farming may be the cornerstone of agriculture, the overall world of agriculture is highly innovative and is so much more than just farming. A new generation of agriculture professionals prepare to take on the science, technology, and management that exist in the world of agriculture. Jobs in agriculture are segmented into 7 basic categories, which include plant science, natural resources, food science, ag business, ag mechanics, and technology. In those categories, you can find individuals working as landscape designers, publicists, foresters, plant doctors, journalists, accountants, veterinarians, farmers, ranchers, lawyers, engineers, pet groomers, loggers, agronomists, zoologists, wind turbine technicians, researchers, policy analysts, food safety, drone pilots, robotics, and the list goes on and on and on. Let us take a moment to hear from a few of those professionals who work in ag.
I am Dr. Cindy Ayers Elliott, CEO of Footprint Farms, a 68-acre urban farm and ranch here in the city of Jackson. I hold a degree in Business Administration and Finance and a degree in Economic Development from the University of Massachusetts Amherst, and a PhD from the I Love Jackson State University in Urban Management and Higher Education. I've worked 26 years on Wall Street, traveling the world, and today I'm a full-time farmer, growing a varieties of specialty crops and raising livestock. I am a farmer.
Hi, my name is Bill Evans, and I'm the Director of Development and Chief Horticulturist at Biosoil Enhancers in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I've worked in vegetable crops for almost 30 years now, running university research farms in Ohio and Mississippi and doing applied soil and crop research. At Biosoil Enhancers, I write grant proposals for field research projects. I also conduct research and farm demonstrations on how bacteria and fungi can help plants get more nutrients from the soil and help conserve natural resources on farms.
Hello, I'm Tanya Gray Jenkins. I'm the publicist and social media director for Footprint Farms. I hold a Bachelor of Science degree in computer science from Jackson State University. As a publicist, I generate publicity through the use of techniques in advertising, marketing, and public relations. My primary duty is brand development through social media. As the social media director, I manage the company's online community by reading customers' comments, answering questions, and actively engaging the audience.
Hi, my name is Dr. David K. Powell. I attended Jackson State University for 2.5 years as an undergraduate, majoring in biology before transferring to Tuskegee University, where I was accepted into the veterinary medical program, becoming a second-generation veterinarian to graduate from Tuskegee's program. I have also served in the military as an Army veterinary preventive medical officer and as a supervisory public health veterinarian with FSIS USDA.
My name is Dr. Kara Woods, and I serve as the research analyst at the Socially Disadvantaged Farmers and Ranchers Policy Research Center that's housed at Alcorn State University. I have a PhD from Tuskegee in Public Policy and Development. I manage all the research that's funded at the Policy Center to make sure that farmers get what they need in the Farm Bill.
Hi, I'm Captain John Martin with the Jackson Fire Department, and I do social media marketing. Social media is an essential component of farming because social media closes the gap between farmers and consumers. Social media marketing helps bring awareness and visibility to surrounding communities and abroad. Your average produce will have traveled at least 1,500 miles before entering your local grocery store. Social media marketing allows consumers to be informed and access better quality food in their local vicinity. Wow. It's so amazing seeing people connect and interact with local farmers via social media.
As you can see, agriculture offers endless career possibilities with endless opportunities for exciting, fulfilling, and profitable careers.